It's time to start running!
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl. It's our Thursday night stream and also our last stream before we go away with work and vacation. So today is the last stream, with the next stream not scheduled until September the 3rd. So we're going away for 5 and a bit weeks. So 3 weeks of work, 2 weeks of vacation. Vacation been planned for a long time. Work hasn't. It unfortunately just joined together to create this long period, but it is what it is and is the nature of what I do, right? So that's one of the reasons we are where we are with our streaming, because we just can't do it regularly. But we have fun doing it. It's a hobby, and that's why we're doing it. So anyway, we're continuing with Dune Awakening. We're going to be doing some deep desert stuff. We're going to be starting off doing some Imperial Testing Stations in the shield walls in the PvE area. We only did one of those yesterday, so we're going to go try and get some maps from there and check it out. What have I done since yesterday? Now we're a bit more familiar with the deep desert, because we only went there for the first time yesterday. Is I have probed all of the A-line, survey probed, so we now know where all of those testing stations and wrecks and things are. We've also managed to pick up some spice today, and started refining that, and we got ourselves a medium chemical refinery. The next task is to get a medium spice refinery. We've got enough spice cooking to do that, but we will need more plastanium. So anyway, first of all, we want to start up not farming but taking on those testing stations. Therefore, we're going in the scout and we're going to the deep desert. Got our Lita-John, we've got our ammo, bandages, and that's it. We're going pretty lightweight because I want to get as much loot from this stuff as I can. I'm in particular need of gun parts, funnily enough, because we need that to make adept Jabal sniper rifles to turn in for a Landsrat. Okay, there we go. Deep desert and track. Off we go. I want to come in as far over this side as I can. Let's see what we've got. In terms of gear, we're in full duraluminum gear, so we haven't got to the plastanium a bit yet. We haven't even got the weapons thing or anything for that. Right, we've got testing station and 2 wrecks, so let's start with the furthest wreck and do that first. The rocks are all very high around here, so it makes flying around a bit of a pain in the Thopter. So I'm hoping that we've got the gear to take these on. We noticed the wrecks in the PvP area were pretty high tier. Though we did a testing station on the shield wall here in the PvE area, and that was tier 5, guys. So I'm hoping that we've got the same here. So we're going to come and do that one next, but we're going to do this one up here first. Can we get on top of it? Yeah, we can. Okay. Guessing the entrance is down here. So first thing is a key. So we've got down there, but we can go through here first. Okay. Thermoelectric coolers. Oh, nice, another door. Whoa! This is not what I was expecting. How does he not die? Interesting. Not what I was expecting to start, but there we go. In here. Right, so we can drop down. Mercenary gear. Fussed about that. The key. Okay.
Engaging shield. Ready, stone.
Jesus, he didn't want to die. He did not want to die. Hail Hydra 981 with the follow on Twitch. Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying. As we just started our stream, and we're mucking around in the deep desert. Yep. Right, okay, so we're going to go up here, like so, and then down here, and round, and down, and there's our key. Garbage. Nothing. Ah, there is a chest. Okay, clear so far. Alright, that means we can come back up to the entrance over here. Oh shit, man, we got. He does not want to die. These guys do not want to die. Holy shit, man. Still can't get my claw off. Ooh, and he dodged, and then the wall here has a bigger hitbox. Weasel. That's fine. Ooh, Shaitan's tongue. That's new. What the frick is that? Flamethrower. We just got ourselves a flamethrower, baby. Nice. I'll take it. I'll take it. Anything else over here? Is that all you're going to give me in here? Damn you. Damn you. And is there a quick exit? No. Rubbish. Oh, that's not that far away. Cool. Right, the next piece of Arrakis is over here. Let's get that power back. Hail Hydric, and which server am I on? I'm on a private server, my dude. I'm on a private server. Yep. A private server which is not mine. Mm-hmm. Best way to play? This is part of a community, so yeah, I guess in a way it's a good way to play. But I mean, the thing with a private server to remember is that is there a hole up here? Is that you're still only one siege on a world. So the community that I'm in has 5 private servers. So they have 5 sieges, and is it 10 sieges per world? I think it's 10 sieges per world. So there's still 5 other sieges or 5 other servers with players on who are in the deep desert. So like while Hagar Basin is just that one private server, the deep desert and the social hubs are still 5 other sieges with people that you don't know. Where's the entrance to this thing? There it is. Oh shit. Really? There we go. What? Go. Too much griefing in regular servers. There was a lot of griefing. I used to be on Scorpius and Odin, and I found too much griefing. And then I found this community that had 5 private servers, so that's where I decided to go. I don't mind the principles of PvP. I don't consider PvP 6 ornithopters landing on you, blocking you, trying to get you eaten by the worm, trying to get, you know, or anything like that, or even when you're going into the PvP area, you know, one solo guy out there farming some mats and you ganking him. I don't really consider that true PvP. My issue is I wish the deep desert was, if you took Hagar Basin and you split each of the regions up in Hagar Basin and then put large areas of deep desert in between them, that's how I would want the deep desert. I wish there was more land mass for people on foot and in buggies to fight over. Right now, why would you ever PvP in a buggy here? There's just not enough landmass, and the landmass, because it's so barren and worm-ridden, forces people down the ornithopter route, and that's why there's so many ornithopters. In reality, if there was a Hagar Basin landmass, let's say you had Hagar Rift, right, that was surrounded by deep desert, man, you'd have so much cool PvP going on, because people would be in buggies, zipping down ramps and across the ledges. They'd be on foot. You wouldn't have ornithopters in there, but they'd be getting hung up too much. They'd be too vulnerable. So I just don't think the map and the land masses suit anything other than ornithopter ganking. Yeah. So, personal opinion, but that's my take on it. If you look at other PvP games, you know, if you took a Battlefield, right? Because in a way, you kind of want this to be almost like a Battlefield level, lots of people, you know, fighting it out, vehicles on foot, all that sort of thing, right? There's a whole landmass, whereas 90% of the deep desert map, you can't even stand on, right? Because you're going to get ate by the worm. Well, that doesn't encourage me to fight on foot or in a buggy. It encourages me to get in a thopter and fly around, and that's it. So, yeah. But yeah, I definitely am of the view that I'm definitely of the view that the private server has been, it's been night and day being part of a community. Night and day. Yeah. Best thing I ever did was, and I had a level 170 something character and a level 140 something character, and I re-rolled and I'm back up to 170 something, 77 or something on this one. So it's the best thing I ever did was to re-roll onto this. Right, we're pretty full, but we're going to get rid of that to start with because that's garbage, and the rest of it, we can get rid of that fiber for now, and then we'll see where we are. We're going to go to a testing station now and give that a go. So yeah, that's where I am, Hail Hydra. I'm not, you know, I am a PvEer, base builder, farmer, industrialist, whatever you want to call it at heart, right? That is what I prefer to do the most. But I'm not against people having PvP. But for me, it should be valid, consensual PvP in the right way. You know, if I was able, and the other thing is who wants to really have an even fight in an ornithopter? Ornithopters cost a lot of materials for the average player, you know, who's got, you know, school, university, family, kids, job, whatever. Who wants to be throwing that away all the time? Whereas if you kill me, and you know, I'm just dropping the loot in my bags, that's a whole different ball game, right? So you had to start over because 6 rocket scouts versus 1 cargo. It's not PvE. It's not PvP. It's not PvP at all. Absolutely not. So no, I 100% agree. I think I just wish there was reasons to PvP properly and that a map supported it. I really don't think the current map is geared towards decent quality PvP because so much of it is unusable. Like I say, there's rocket buggies. Oh my god, I want to take a buggy with rockets on and drive around and shoot the rockets and have a reason to shoot the rockets with the buggy. That would be wicked. It would be cool if you could shoot while riding a sandbike. That would be wicked. You know, stuff like that. But where are you going to do that except on the Western Shield? Well, in the deep desert, a sandbike will go from one end of them rocky places to the other in about 10 seconds. It's crazy. So I hope eventually, my hope eventually is that I would love to see, not Hagar Basin itself, but if you imagine a map like Hagar Basin, but with all those individual regions, Jabal, Hagar Rift, Udum, Vermilius Gap, as a single like island with massive bits of deep desert in between, so you got to fly in between, or you got to risk the worm or whatever, and you can have your spice flows, and you can't just drive a sand crawler out and back. You need some space. But then you have these really decent sized islands with NPC strongholds, with good stuff to fight over, you know, with cool stuff that people want to fight over, but lends itself not to ornithopter combat. You tried the rocket buggy, 2 scout rockets dropped you. Yeah, but now imagine if you had that rocket buggy in Hagar Rift. Right, they're going to be so low and so close to you that you're not going to be solo. You'd be in with a group of people. You'd absolutely mow those ornithopters down. You know, you need to have terrain and map that supports that type of gameplay, and right now it doesn't. The map design right now supports ornithopter gameplay. It's like playing Battlefield with some rocks sticking out the ocean. It's not going to work. Oh, you don't have... Man, those hitboxes. Come on, man. There we go. Cute. World map equal deep desert. Yeah, kind of, but it needs to be a bit more seamless than the world map, to be honest, in my view. Like I say, Hagar Basin is actually perfect if you had bigger gaps of sand between each of the areas. And of course, it would all have to be high-tier stuff, right? So I don't think we should do that with Hagar Basin, but I think you kind of get what I'm trying to get at. When you first started, you're in heaven. Now it's more toxic than rust. I can only recommend, dude, is find a community that has one or other private servers, and I think you'll get a better quality of experience. Doesn't guarantee anything because you don't know who's on the other sietches, but that's what I recommend. And I mean, the community that I'm involved with is linked to the content creator Co-Carnage, so it's part of the Co-Carnage community. But you have to have there's certain requirements to get on the Co-Carnage server. So if you don't watch him, then you probably won't be able to get on, unfortunately. Did I get a key? Is there a key that I'm supposed to get? We did. But yeah, it's night and day for me. As a player like I am, then I am. It's night and day in terms of the difference of experience. Yeah. The ammo. Okay. All I'm doing right now is we're doing. We did get enough spice earlier to get ourselves the medium. Sorry, the medium chemical refinery. Now I'm trying to get enough stuff to get a. To get a medium spice refinery. That's what we're after. Looks like we're running out of room. We got some good loot though so far, and this is just one area. What did we pick up? We got albatross wings. Very nice. So that's duraluminum, so that's going to give us faster scout thopter, which is going to be great. I'm pretty sure it's scout thopters only. If I can put them on a Imperial Permits 4, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's for a scout thopter. Yeah, this is all duraluminum blueprints. That's fine. But we did get a ton more of these thermoelectric coolers, which is great. We got more research as well, which is also great. Can always use that extra intel. You get it? It was saying instead of leaving Hagar to go D to each part. Yeah, like it's basically basically what I'm saying is Hagar Basin. Have that as the map as it is now, and just put big areas of sand in between each area, like where those lines split. You just want massive areas of sand in between, so you can still have your big spice blows and your wrecks and stuff like that you've got to fly across. But when you fly across to the other side, you're flying across to something cool where you can land and you can fight it out, build cool bases. I also think that if you were going to have that kind of model, then a Coriolis storm should be like every 2 weeks instead of every week. Yeah. Pair those wings with the marks. Yes, wow. Absolutely. I'm not even at a place to do that. I've literally I only went to the deep desert yesterday. I spent a long time in Hagar Basin. A long time. I've pretty much done everything I can do in Hagar Basin, with the exception of 100%ing the areas for like little camps and stuff. But everything else is done. Every story bit, every contract, other than the Mark 6 cut array, is done. And I say we literally this morning, we managed to get thermoelectric coolers last night to build Mark 5 cut arrays. And we managed to build our medium chemical refinery earlier. So now I want the medium spice refinery, and then the large ore refinery, and then we could start working on getting the next level of fabricators. Fortunately, we got a few. We got a big base. We've got 2 Mark 5 scouts, 2 Mark 5 assaults. We've got 3 Mark 5 buggies and a Mark 5 sand bike. So, like I said, I was in no rush to go to the deep desert with the bugs and with all the other issues in the game. Plus, I really enjoy the base building, so I did spend quite a lot of time building my version of a forward Atreides airfield. So it's like a forward operating base done as an airfield for the Atreides, which is who I've gone down the path of. Cool. Loading. There we go. Let's drop off this gear. And there's our base right there. This is our trade.